Most people move through life as though it were a great competition, a race where the goal is to get somewhere faster than everyone else. From the moment we are born, we are told to hurry. As children, we rush to grow up. As adults, we chase success, money, and recognition. The world convinces us that our value depends on how much we achieve and how quickly we achieve it. We are constantly running, yet very few stop to ask, where am I actually going? The tragedy is that there is no finish line. There is no trophy at the end, no final applause waiting beyond the horizon. The so-called race is an illusion, a pattern of thought passed down through generations, keeping us distracted from the truth that there is nowhere we need to go because we are already here. In this illusion, people live comparing themselves with others, measuring progress by standards they never created. We call it competition, but it's really fear disguised as ambition. The fear of being left behind, the fear of being ordinary, the fear of not being enough. So we run faster, even when we are exhausted, even when our hearts are begging us to slow down. The problem is, when life becomes a race, every moment turns into a checkpoint, something to be rushed through rather than lived. We begin to treat joy as a reward and peace as a destination. But joy cannot be earned. It can only be experienced. Peace does not wait at the end of effort. It blooms in the stillness between breaths. The illusion of the race keeps us disconnected from the present moment. It makes us believe that life is a linear path from birth to achievement to death, when in truth, it's more like a circle, unfolding, evolving, repeating, flowing endlessly. To see through this illusion is to understand that there is nothing to win, and no one to beat. You were never meant to compete. You were meant to be. And once that realization dawns, the need to run fades away, leaving only the quiet beauty of existence itself. Life was never designed to be a competition, where one person's victory means another's loss. It is far closer to a dance, something to move with, to feel, to experience moment by moment. A dance has no finish line. Its meaning is found entirely in the movement itself. Yet somewhere along the way, people began treating existence like a contest, constantly comparing steps, rhythms, and timing, as if there were judges waiting to hand out scores. In doing so, they forgot that the beauty of a dance lies not in perfection, but in expression. Life, too, is not about outperforming others, but about flowing gracefully with whatever rhythm it offers. When you dance, you are not concerned with the destination. Each motion, each pause, each breath becomes complete in itself. The music of life is like that, always playing, always changing. You don't need to control it. You only need to move with it. But those who see life as a race struggle to hear that music because they are too focused on reaching somewhere else. They live in tomorrow, always chasing what hasn't yet arrived. In that endless chase, they miss the beauty of now, the laughter, the sunlight, the silence, and the countless small moments that make existence meaningful. To treat life as a dance means to live in rhythm with what is happening right now. It means accepting that sometimes the music is fast and sometimes slow, sometimes joyful and sometimes deeply still. When you surrender to it, there's no need to compete, compare, or control. You simply allow yourself to move naturally, to express what the moment asks of you. There's a lightness in that, a freedom that no victory could ever bring. Because in the dance of life, there are no winners or losers, only participants. And the most graceful dancer is not the one who moves the fastest, but the one who feels the music most deeply. We spend so much of our lives chasing something just out of reach. Success, love, recognition, peace, a sense of fulfillment. There is always another goal waiting after the last one. Another mountain to climb, another version of ourselves to become. This endless pursuit keeps us moving, but rarely satisfied. The moment we achieve what we thought we wanted, the satisfaction fades and the chase begins again. It's as though we have been trained to believe that happiness is somewhere ahead of us, hidden in the next achievement or the next milestone. But the truth is, the faster we run after it, the further it seems to drift away. This constant pursuit creates the illusion of progress, but in reality, it is a form of escape. We run not because we know where we are going, but because standing still feels uncomfortable. Stillness exposes the emptiness we try to fill with activity. Silence confronts us with thoughts we'd rather ignore. So we distract ourselves with motion, with plans and ambitions, convincing ourselves that busyness is meaning. Yet meaning cannot be found through exhaustion. It reveals itself only in awareness, in being present with what is, rather than chasing what might be. When we live in pursuit, every moment becomes a stepping stone to something else. Even happiness is treated as a goal instead of a state of being. We say, I'll be happy when I get there. forgetting that there never truly comes. We overlook the quiet beauty of the moment we are already in, believing that joy exists only in the future. But joy doesn't wait ahead. It unfolds now in the small, simple experiences we often rush past. To escape this trap, one must see that there is nothing to pursue, because nothing is missing. The peace we seek cannot be chased or earned. It is already within us. When the mind stops running, when the heart stops grasping, the endless pursuit dissolves. What remains is presence, and in that presence, the very happiness we've been chasing finally appears, not as a reward, but as our natural state. When you finally stop running and allow yourself to slow down, something remarkable begins to happen. The noise of the world fades, and in that quiet, you start to hear life speaking to you in its simplest, most honest language. The rustle of leaves, the rhythm of your breath, the warmth of sunlight on your skin, all the things that were once drowned out by hurry suddenly become vivid and alive. Presence is not about doing more or being more. It's about being here completely. It's about realizing that this very moment is enough. In stillness, the mind softens, and what once felt ordinary begins to reveal its quiet magic. The power of stillness lies in its ability to show you what truly matters. When you are rushing, your awareness narrows, focused only on what's next. But when you slow down, your awareness expands. You begin to see that peace was never hiding. It was only overlooked. The silence you once feared becomes comforting. The pauses you once resisted become sacred. Stillness teaches you that you don't have to chase joy or meaning. Both arise naturally when you stop forcing them. It's like the surface of a pond. When the water is still, it reflects the sky perfectly. But when stirred, it only shows confusion and distortion. Your mind is the same way. Being present doesn't mean withdrawing from life or abandoning your dreams. It means engaging with reality fully, without distraction or resistance. When you are truly present, even the simplest acts, drinking tea, listening to music, walking outside, become profound. You start to experience rather than merely exist. You begin to understand that life was never asking you to be faster or more productive. It was asking you to notice the miracle of being conscious, of breathing, of existing at all. In that noticing, you reconnect with yourself and with the rhythm of everything around you. Presence is not something to achieve. It is something to remember. a return to the truth that you were never separate from life, only distracted from it. We are taught to believe that life is about getting somewhere, reaching a point of success, happiness, or enlightenment where everything finally makes sense. But that idea keeps us chasing illusions, always looking forward instead of looking within. The truth is that there is no final destination, no ultimate arrival point where life suddenly becomes perfect. The journey itself is the destination. Every step, every breath, every experience is already part of the unfolding purpose. When you stop trying to arrive and start allowing yourself to simply be, the pressure to prove or achieve begins to dissolve. You begin to see that you were never meant to conquer life. You were meant to experience it. The need to reach somewhere creates anxiety because it implies that here is not enough. It makes you treat the present moment as just a stepping stone to something better. But the present is not a means to an end. It is the end. The beauty of life doesn't lie at the finish line. It lies in the rhythm of the path itself. Every sunrise, every conversation, every moment of laughter or silence carries its own completeness. When you are fully engaged in what is happening now, the obsession with outcomes fades away. You realize that the value of life is not in what you achieve, but in how deeply you live it. The journey, being the destination, means learning to trust the unfolding of events without needing to control every turn. It means allowing yourself to make mistakes, to grow, to fall, to rise, and to find meaning even in uncertainty. When you accept that there is nowhere to arrive, you begin to relax into existence. You start to enjoy the scenery instead of counting the miles. In that stillness, joy arises naturally, not as a goal, but as a byproduct of awareness. The path you are walking is not leading you to something beyond itself. It is the very thing you've been seeking all along. When you truly understand that, every moment becomes sacred, and every step becomes home.